Hello! Last time we finished off Route 8, and we're gonna head on into the future. And here's a foreshadow moment of what we're gonna run into, and that's being Celadon City. Gonna slightly sit up. I should probably be pushing A. There's a lot of hidden items in here. There we go. Usually I just mash A. I'm not gonna waste time. It's just not my style, but nice free nugget. Yep. So here is the infamous Route 7 that I've mentioned. And here's all the grass right here. There it is. One screen. And we don't even need to run into it. So this is Celadon City. There is a lot of stuff to do here. But first things first, so I have something to talk about while I go do other stuff. If you go up here, and anyone who's played this game, or even the remakes, or basically anyone, I know everything. No way! I know everything about the world of Pokemon in your Game Boy. Get together with your friends and trade Pokemon. Well, any info? This is just trade stuff. But that's not important. We don't care. That guy's garbage. We have an Eevee. No. There's no room for Pokemon. Oh. I totally forgot to empty my party, but it didn't even matter because I didn't remember that about Gen 1 at all. Anyway, Eevee. Normal type. And to be honest, Eevee is garbage. But it happens to evolve into this game, three separate forms. We have Jolteon, the electric type, Flareon, the fire type, and Vaporeon, the water type. Now, if this was any other generation, Flareon is absolute garbage. And you're probably thinking, well, it's probably still garbage. It kind of is in this generation because it's a fire type, but it actually hits incredibly hard, and it just works, so to say. So, oh, I should probably show this, but here's the Pokemon. I'm gonna be walking upstairs and selling and buying, but I'm gonna talk about Jolteon and Vaporeon. Now, Flareon is it's useful. It has a use in this game, unlike in later generations where you would never use it. Bunch of TMs, some missions in here if I remember correctly. But when it comes to the two evolutions that don't suck, we have Vaporeon. We have don't sell. I need that, and then Jolteon. I'll talk about Jolteon because it fits it needs a certain criteria. If you're gonna use the Thunderbolt TM on it, it's excellent. It's great. It hits so goddamn hard. It's really fast. It's just under Electrode. It's tied with Aerodactyl. It's really fast. It will hit hard, and if it's not a ground type, it's dead. It's really freaking strong. On the other hand, if you don't give it the Thunderbolt TM, then that's counter. I remember that. But if you don't give it the Thunderbolt TM, it's not going to be useful at all. Whatsoever will it be useful. And it's sad because it's actually a very good... Oh, here's the Pokédoll for the Marowak thing. If I do show it, I'll come back and get it. But, so, that's it. If you have a Thunderbolt TM free for it, use it. It's very good. On the other hand, here's vitamins. But Vaporeon. Now, water type, there are a lot of water types, so it has a lot of competition. If you chose Squirtle and impart Blastoise, you're obviously not going to pick it up unless you want two water types. which at that point I don't recommend having 2 single water types. I recommend you buy one of each drink out of this vending machine. So if you do that, she'll give you a TM for each of them, and actually 3 of them are very good. But Vaporeon gets access to Surf, Ice Beam. It's very strong. It's good, but in this generation, it doesn't have Water Absorb. Ice Beam, yeah, she gives some of the strong... What the hell did you just do? She just moonwalked. Did anyone... Rock Slide, yeah, that's gonna go on my Dark Trio. Are you gonna move back? Ah, that would've been so cool if I could get her out of the map. But, and I don't find Vaporeon to be the evolution I ever choose. Like, unless it's in a generation where it has Water Absorb, I don't pick it up. There's so many better water types in my opinion. And it's better than Blastoise, because you don't lose out on Charizard and Venusaur for your starter pick, but I prefer Jolteon. If I'm not going to pick up Jolteon in Gen 1, then I'm not going to use Eevee at all. And here's a bunch of open space. I don't know if there was going to be a building here or not. The game corner. Yep. So I would take on the gym, which is this way, and use Cut and all that. But I kind of want to save the experience there for Ghastly because it's already behind. So, yeah. And here's the game corner, which... is kind of the dungeon of this area, and it sounds weird, but I'll get to it in a... Actually, I'll just start it right now. Before I do go in there you can get a coin case from the guy in the corner up there. He's lost a lot, you talk to him, and he'll give you a coin case. I'm not picking it up because it wastes an item slot for me, because I'm not getting anything there. But in the game corner, I might as well show you, you can get prizes from these windows, and a coin case required. You can get some TMs in here, Hyper Beam is in here, Substitute, I remember being in there, and you could buy coins, you could talk to these people. There's some random hidden ones. But what's Team Rocket doing in here? He's guarding a poster. That's not suspicious. But what's important about the rewards for the casino, the Rocket Game Corner as it's called, is there are some Pokemon in there. There's Abra if you weren't willing to search like I did, which I can understand. It's complainable. It's an annoying aspect to find an Abra. But there's also Clefairy in there. And there's a flip for the Nidorino and Nidorina, depending on your version. But that's not the main draw. There's 3 Pokemon that are exceedingly rare, and one that you can only get there. So let's talk about the bugs first. Shitty bugs, where we have Scyther and Pinsir, and I don't remember the versions because I never used them. And also, this is a hidden area that I came into with the posters, but we'll be fighting rockets in here collecting items, so plenty of mileage to talk about these things. But Scyther and Pinsir. I believe Pinsir is blue and Scyther is red. I don't remember. But Scyther is a bug flying type. There's not that many good bug type moves. It doesn't get fly, so there's no good flying moves for it. So you've lost stat. Its stats don't really help it. Unlike in Pinsir's case, it actually has a slight use. It hits pretty hard. We need a key card. But that overall, I cannot recommend them at all. Just don't use them, alright? That's the recommendation. There's another Pokemon there that you can... By the way, you can catch Pinsir and Scyther in the Safari Zone later in the game. They're not only there. But there's another Pokemon, Dratini. And automatically, you should know this is a Dragon type. I mean, Dratini. Which, this is the only Dragon type in the game. It evolves into Dragonair and then Dragonite. It evolves Dragonite at 55. Which is just... Whew, that's a huge experience gap. I mean, you look at my Bulbasaur, for instance. Evolves at 16 and then 32. Regular starters, 16, 36. Even later, some of the starters go 18, 30, 14, 38. Like, some of them evolve really late, and then you add 10 more levels, and then some more levels, and you get Dragonite's evolutionary process. Like, in this game, I don't think I will reach level 55 in this game. So, it's hard, but it hits incredibly hard on the attack side. It doesn't get a good stab. The only dragon move in this game is Dragon Rage, which does 40 damage every time. Is Twister in the game? I don't think... No, Twister might be. Twister is a dragon type, but it might be. I don't remember. But anyway, it doesn't even get it, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't get stabbed. Its attack stat is huge. Hyper Beam hurts from it. Too bad it doesn't get stabbed, but what can you do? And the only reason I'm mentioning it is because it's a lot of people like it, and it sometimes fills a niche in the game where you need a heavy physical attacker. And I will say it has a high stat total, and it fits a lot of little things that some people just need, and it works. It also is very TM compatible, so you don't have to really worry about that unless you're using all the good TMs on other Pokemon. The best I could, like... What the fuck? What is this? What? Hold on. What just happened? Oh no, arrow tile. I'm so confused right now. You know, I was gonna go and mess around with these for a minute or so, but we're at a decent time, and I'm gonna have to, like, test this or something. What the fuck was that? Anyway, that's it for this part. Next time we'll be taking on the rest of Rocket Game Corner, the basements, and we'll be talking about Porygon, the last Pokemon that we didn't get to talk about. So until then, we will be standing next to this guy that breaks the game. Can you reach the boss? I don't know. Does he have that musical thing?